Team Bold, welcome we reason together. I have seen a one-sided argument that William Samoei Ruto might have locked out Rigathi Gachagua from King Charles III visit in Kenya so that in a ploy to humiliate him, or rather give Musalia Mudavadi the prominence and the trip to Germany and Belgium, were all choreographed to knock out Rigathi Gachagua. But in this podcast, the reality of the matter here is the British intelligence clearly might have had a big hand on the decision to ensure that Mau Mau activists do not appear near the king. Make sure you watch this podcast to the end, because that is going to the gist of this analysis. And that is why, let me remind you about our November project, Ali. Yes, these 5 children, we are purchasing wheelchairs for these 5 children. They're living with autism and cerebral palsy, and we are reaching out to you that we are running this podcast. I think we had reached up to 53,000. Yeah, the target was 100,000. We already bought one, and I believe that it's going to be achieved. So the little we can share, I believe by the time we'll get to the weekend, we'll be able to achieve that. A wheelchair goes at between 20,000 to 25,000, depending on special specifications. I want to get straight to this. You don't need magical science just to compare what exactly was the king's itinerary and why some people were locked out. Yesterday, that was day 1, King Charles was in Uhuru Gardens. Uhuru Gardens, after State House, he went to Uhuru Gardens. And at the Uhuru Gardens, what was going on there was just commemorating our fallen soldiers. And today, he was at the Kariako Cemetery, and he paid a visit to the Commonwealth War Graves Commission Cemetery in Kariako to lay a wreath at the memorial in honor of the casualties of the First and Second World War, and then presented some medals, event that was joined by both British and Kenyan military personnel who are all part of it. So part of what I was seeing is the king and queen also met Sam Mattock, who was taken to the lead in identifying the veterans of World War II and sourcing replacement medal campaigns. And the king also met members of the community involved in the future of the Kariako site and the ongoing work to ensure that African soldiers who fell during the 2 world wars, who are not individually commemorated, are recognized through historical research and engagement with local community to find the most appropriate means of marking their contribution. And it is very clear that the king was here on a mission of remembering what the gallant women and men, soldiers that fought for the independence of the country. And there have been a heated debate about whether he's going to ask for forgiveness or rather he's going to apologize. And personally, I don't really take that debate. And so, you want to compare that and the tone that has been set in Mount Kenya. There have been a clamor for Mau Mau, Rigathi Gachagua, Ndindi Nyoro, and Kimani Ichun'gwa for the better part of this year have been reminding the whole country that they are Mau Mau activists and are out to fight for the rights of Mau Mau. And probably this small blunder of the land politics and going after Uhuru family might have been at the center of it. And I want to listen to this soundbite, this sound collection of what your leaders were saying.
Sisi wa Kenya wa hapa Mount Kenya tuko na maswali mingi ya zile mashamba kubwa kubwa mumejishikia, tukianzia na hapo Thika Road Nairobi, hapo Ruiru. kabla hatujaenda Taita Taveta, kabla hatujaenda Nakuru. Mali ya Mkenya ikivamiwa, hata hizo mashamba zenyu tutazivamia, na wenye hawana mashamba wapate mashamba Kenya hii. Musifikiri ati wananchi wa kawaida ndio watapoteza mali. Even you will pay a price if you continue to instigate violence and bloodshed in this country.
So, let me tell you something. And I need to give credit. I was talking to Michael Wanjohi. Yes, Michael Wanjohi is a historical researcher. And there's something told me that, Kevin, in this country, the British monarch still have land in abundance. Schools, Lenana School is still under the British monarch. So when the king was saying that amekuja nyumbani, he meant what he was saying. And how would he have come here and share platform with the Mau Mau activists, the leaders that had even started instigating violence around the Mau Mau issues? And I wanted to look at what Mutahi Kahiga posted in his Facebook page. Mutahi Kahiga is Nyeri governor, that is Rigathi Gachagwa's governor. As we welcome the King, His Majesty King Charles, we remind him that the people of Nyeri suffered greatly under the oppression of the Britain. When he lands on Kenyan soil, we wish that he knows the following. We still have Mau Mau remnants living in the colonial villages his government set up. The total number is Nyeri is 228 colonial villages. These people were deprived of their land and Mzungu handed it over to his black collaborators. These Mau Mau heroes and heroines are still living in abject poverty. Many of them walk around the British bullets with bullets still lodged in their bodies. They continue to suffer humiliation as they watch collaborators enjoy their sweat. British soldiers killed many of our people, demanding back their land. This is a message that had been released by a governor that comes from the same region. And someone was telling me, do you think just the visit of King Charles was just a casual visit? There are so many other factors and so many other players that were on table. And one of them was the British intelligence. And so, look at the preparation. Neil Wigan, the new British ambassador, the UK ambassador in the country, who replaced Jane Marriott in July, met Raila Odinga. He met two leaders. Since reporting to Kenya in 2017, he met Raila Odinga, and probably in this meeting, there was a brief about King Charles' visit and what was taken. Remember, they were there with the secretary taking some notes. And after meeting the Azimio leaders, he again met William Ruto in State House, and in that meeting, it was William Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi. So you will clearly see that if the brief about King Charles' visit was done during these two meetings, someone is not in the picture. So Rigathi stopped being in the picture way back. It's not just about now. And that is why there are quite a number of experts that believe that the move to knock these people out, while it can be seen with political optics, but it could have been guided by the British intel because of some reasons. And so I want us to look at why this is a factor that could have been on table. Remember, the crop of leaders we have in this country had even started a clamor for, there was even a clamor for Mau Mau. And I remember the time Uhuru Kenyatta farms were attacked, and the farmland, the Northlands were attacked, and even attacked on some attempted attack on Mama Ngina's security. There were calls from high officers that, that was the first family of the country, and it really created a lot of tension. And that there was a lot of calls from the monarch for President Ruto to take care of Mama Ngina. And so these are all factors that play on table. And someone was asking me a question I could not answer. Kevin, we might have blocked Rigathi Gachagua, but let's take mere fact that he was sent in some away mission so that he doesn't attend this meeting. And so, did you see Ndindi Nyoro anywhere around King Charles? Okay, did you see Ndindi Nyoro in State House? No. Ndindi Nyoro is in this country. In fact, he was in his constituency, Kiharu. Did you see Kimani Ichun'gwa? Because in the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula attended some burial ceremony of a speaker in Zambia. So Moses Wetangula is out of the country. And so in this event, who was supposed to represent Moses Wetangula? It was supposed to be the deputy speaker or the minority leader, the majority leader. So majority leader in the Senate was there, Aaron Cheriot. But Kimani Ichun'gwa did not attend, even though both of them are members of that bipartisan talks. So no one should say that because Kimani Ichun'gwa did the bipartisan talks, he could not attend. He did not attend, he did not appear anywhere. Today, or rather on Wednesday, when the king went to Kariakoo, he went there with Musalia Mudavadi and Sakaja. And someone was telling me that the president, William Ruto went to Mombasa on the very Wednesday. So maybe he did not want to go there because if he would go there, that's when there was no way Rigathi would go if President Ruto was not going. Of course, because of ego and all the protocol issues. So the clear point, or rather the probability that the move to knock out some of these vocal Mount Kenya leaders out of it is something that has to be taken. Because let me tell you, I want you to imagine someone like Ndindi Nyoro would find an opportunity, or not even Ndindi Nyoro, let's talk of Rigathi Gachagua would find an opportunity to address the king. What would you expect? Of course, that speech is predictable. 3 reasons that might have guided this decision. Number 1, the scale of Mau Mau land politics emerging. In uncountable times, Rigathi Gachagua has been sending Raila Odinga that go and tell your brother Uhuru Kenyatta to give us back the land. He's been saying that. Go and tell your brother Uhuru Kenyatta. And the whole discussion about Mau Mau politics has been centered around the Mau Mau land. And I think we might have played this because I remember even the day before the king arrived here, there was some press briefing on the same issue. And police rushed there and the whole press briefing was actually rubbished. Number 3, what happened? The blunders that we did with Uhuru Kenyatta in the past might have put some people in the red list, including even Moses Kuria. In fact, I remember Moses Kuria was already in that red list, even by the US, because the time a US envoy came here and said he would not meet Moses Kuria when Moses Kuria is a trade CS, it was largely linked to the bad mouthing. And so, from this, even before the king was arriving, there is a high likelihood that the high office there had already earmarked some leaders that were not to be allowed to be around King Charles. And of course, you need to look at it this way. This is a very high-profile visit. Even Raila Odinga was in State House, something that, of course, the country has been talking about. And many think that Rigathi was probably sent out not knowing. No, he knows. And he had an option. If Ruto is sending him to Germany and Belgium so that he keeps this truth, he has an option of saying, no, I'm not going. It would have remained here. And there is a probability that even himself, he knew that the organizers, the people behind this visit, were uncomfortable with him around the king. Number 3, I think they could also have realized that with the clamor for the Mau Mau politics, some people will use the king's visit for political posturing. And maybe, to some extent, it was also highly advised that they kick out. I want to believe, yes, Rigathi Gachagua goes away. The only Mount Kenya leader I saw in State House yesterday was Anne Waiguru. This vocal team, I did not see anyone. And of course, you come by invitation. I was told the whole visit the team, the British, the presidential team, advanced team, took charge of it fully, with Kenyan team taking close to 30%, but 70% of it was done by the advanced team. That is why I strongly believe if those invites were to come for people to go to State House, then some people might have been locked out. Keep this podcast, and in the next 2 or 3 days, you will find out people talking and saying what exactly they think about King's visit. Thank you. If you're coming to the country, you're looking for a place to rest, Uzuri Coastal Apartment is the place for you. This room. Now, there is something interesting, but let me tell you, as you can see, hapa, this is some transparent. This is a bit transparent kio. And if you can just open, if you want to get out, because you can still get a good view. No, this one is in your bedroom, and you're still getting a good view of the coast. You can still just open, make yourself come along. Then you come out and take another view. So something is interesting. When you're here, when you're somewhere here, you can take the view of the space, and you can also get the beach view. I don't know if I'm using the right word, the beach view. So as you can see, that is, so while standing here, you just come out of your bedroom, standing here, you can just look at that and see the way that beach looks, the ocean view. Yes, the ocean view. So those are tides. Yeah, inakuja comes, then those are the waves, this was a bit midday. So yeah, this is what it looks like. So let me show you other room. This is the master bedroom. Yeah, what I was showing you here is the master bedroom. So I want to show the other bedroom because it's a 2-bedroom. It's a 2-bedroom B&B. So I need to show you that here. Yes. So you love it. By the way, it's very cool. They have amazing support staff here that will make your stay here. Wow, this is another place. Amazing, 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 amazing. Now this is another space you will like. So if you come here even with a family, you should not even worry, because you can use the other bedroom. Then this one, if you have your nanny or your other support staff or your children, can still use this amazing room here. This is also well taken care of. These are the lights. You can as well make yourself comfortable. These are all the lights. Then also this one, this is for this other one. Yeah, so if you want